Yo, what's going on guys? It's Offbeat back with another episode of BTB, and this week I'm talking about my latest track, The Talk. So as usual, I've had some great comments from you guys. I'm going to put a few of my favourites up on the screen right now. You know who you are and it means a lot to me. Please keep them coming. So this song, The Talk, is literally about the talk that all couples go through when they're having to decide what direction their relationship's going in. So this song is told in the style of a conversation between me and several different women, and each verse is a different conversation with a different person. So throughout the song, I just want something casual because I keep saying that I'm too busy for a serious relationship. And then in the first verse, I've been seeing this girl for about 6 weeks, and she ends up being the one who instigates the conversation because she wants to know where things are going. And I tell her that I just want something casual, and she ends up getting upset and angry because she wants something more serious and she feels that I've led her on. And then in the second verse, I've tried to learn from my mistakes in the first verse, so I end up being the one that instigates the conversation and having it too early this time, so ending up having it after a couple of days, and I come across too heavy and too serious and also quite arrogant as well because I think that this girl could fall for me within just a couple of days. And then in the third verse, I finally meet someone who feels the same way, who wants to just have something casual as well, and then I end up falling for her and she ends up being the one who rejects me. So as usual, this song is based on real life experiences, and each one of these verses is based on a real life conversation that I've had and the mistakes that I've made and the things that I've learned from them. And the reason I wanted to make this into a song is, one, I don't think anyone's done it before and I don't think it's a topic that's really been covered. Obviously there are like a million love songs, a million breakup songs, but I don't think this particular aspect of it's really been covered. But also it's not a conversation you really ever get told about or like prepared for. No one tells you that it's gonna happen. It's just something that kind of you find out on your own. So I wanted to cover it to kind of like bring it to more people's attention. I know I've got a lot of younger listeners who may not have had this conversation before, so I kind of wanted to share my experiences and show that it is an important conversation to have, and to make sure that you try and do it properly, because if you don't, then people can get hurt. To be honest, I don't think there is like 100% right or wrong way of having this conversation because there's so many different factors and every person's different and people have different emotions and reactions to things. But from my experience, the only thing I've learned is it's important to have the conversation early and to just be as honest as possible so that at least both people know where they stand, you know? And if someone wants something that the other person doesn't want, then at least they know that and you can kind of go your separate ways. The biggest mistake I've made in the past is not having this conversation or having it much later than I should have done, and then me and that other person thinking something completely different and then one of us ending up being hurt. So the chorus of this track is performed by Kiris Riviere, who also appeared on my song Hole in My Pocket. And I think he smashes it. Obviously he's a wicked singer, but like the tone of his voice matches the track really well as well, because he's obviously got a really like lovely deep tone. I'm somewhere in the middle, and then the female vocalist is higher, so you've got the full range, and I think it works really nicely overall as a track. The female vocalist is someone that I found online, and I think she smashed it as well, but she actually requested not to be credited. So a couple of people have asked who she is, and she's asked to remain anonymous. I don't know whether that's because it's such a personal track, or whether she just doesn't like it, I don't know. But yeah, she specifically requested to not be credited on the album, which is why she's not. So my favourite bit of this song, without doubt, is verse 2, and the second half of verse 2, where I'm explaining to the girl that I don't want a serious relationship, and I say, "Shh, baby, just let me speak. I know you're looking for the one, but I'm afraid that isn't me. You're probably devastated, and I'm sorry that you got stung. I'm doing you a favour though, in fact, you'll probably thank me in the long run." And then she waits for her turn to speak and then explains to me why she's not looking for a boyfriend either and why I'm wrong. And I particularly like that bit because I think my character comes across like really arrogant and like quite sexist, especially with the "shh baby, just let me speak" line. And I can almost feel other people getting like angry listening to that. And then the female character just destroys me after that. And I think that's probably very satisfying to listen to. Like I find it satisfying to listen to and I'm on the receiving end of it. So I'm guessing that everyone else listening to it is feeling the same way. Cool, so that is it for this episode of Behind the Bars. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Have you had the talk before? If so, does this song ring true? Did it go like any of these verses, or did you handle it a bit better than I did? And when do you think the best time is to have it? Let me know in the comments below. I'm interested to hear your feedback. I'll be back next week with a more light-hearted comedy track, which should be a bit of a refreshing change, because I know there's been quite a few sort of serious ones in a row now. So next week it's a track called Modern Man, and it's one of my favourite tracks on the album actually. I'm really looking forward to sharing it with you guys. And also Charlena Ray from the Swing Hoppers features on the chorus of that one. So all you guys who have been missing Char, you'll be able to hear her dulcet tones once again. So I'll be back next week. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you soon. Peace!